What's up, everybody? So I'm coming to you with this video because I think we're in a time where people need to know that they're not alone when it comes to food addictions. I struggled with it for a really long time. I use sugar as a coping mechanism, which can be considered an addiction. And I think that way more people are struggling with this than they would like to admit. I have a very dear family member who I just love that is really struggling with this right now. And she knows what's going on. She knows that she's addicted, and it's literally tearing her up inside as she tries to move away from sugar, and then she gives in, and then she beats herself up, and this whole cycle happens over and over and over again. She doesn't feel healthy mentally. She doesn't feel healthy physically. She beats herself up when she gives in to the temptations. And honestly and truthfully, how many of us have been there? How many of us have been in that same hamster wheel of, run, try, just to get literally nowhere and to do the same things over and over and over again. Something you guys need to understand is you're in a habit loop, okay? Dr. Carolina Leaf refers to it as the subconscious mind. It's a think, feel, choose. Think, feel, choose. It's the operation of the brain happens so fast in the subconscious that you don't even really know what's going on. And then you're like, you got your donut in your hand and it's halfway gone and you're like, what the heck? I did it again. We need to wake up. You need to realize that you have subconscious programs around food. And instead of going on a diet, okay, figure yourself out. Sit down, get a piece of paper, and start writing what your emotions are around food. Why do you use sugar as a coping mechanism? Do you even know why you chose sugar and not alcohol or meth? I mean, why sugar? Think about it. Sit down and really think about your family relationships, the holidays. What kinds of foods are served at your family holidays? Is the food always more important than you and what you're doing? Or, think about it. Watch mothers with babies, with infants. I did this to my kids. I didn't know any better. They're sitting there spoon feeding babies, and you watch the baby do this, like, I'm full. I don't want any more food. And the mother's like, no, eat, here. You gotta think about that. We don't have those memories from, 6-7 months when we're being spoon fed food by our mothers, right? But we have learned from that early age a relationship with food. And everybody is different on how their relationship with food is. Some people have healthy relationships with food and others do not. And I think a lot of us, a lot more than you would think, have unhealthy relationships with food. And then it can go into unhealthy relationships with your body. I mean, it just kind of blossoms from there. So I think it's really important. Everybody knows what we should be doing, right? We should be eating healthy foods. We should be, hitting the gym. We should be doing all these healthy things to have a healthy body. But how many of us really do it? And honestly, ask yourself, do you eat the kind of diet that you're proud of on a daily basis? Do you choose the kind of foods that you want to choose? Or do you choose what your gut wants to eat? When you get hungry, here you're like, oh, I should have a salad and some grilled chicken. And, what kind of nutrients you should be putting in your body, but what do you reach for? What do you really 90% of the time reach for? So you're eating somebody else's diet and not yours. Think about it. This is the diet that you should be on. The one that you're choosing in your mind. Your conscious mind is saying, I want to be healthy. I want to eat these healthy foods. But your body chooses pizza and whatever else it wants. Sugar, donuts, whatever, right? You pick your own poisons. Why should the body choose what kind of diet you're on? Why not you choose? It's here. It's all here in your subconscious mind. Think about it. If you were to do a body switch with somebody who is super fit and healthy and already has all this together here and knows, what's good to eat and what's not good to eat, and already makes those kind of choices. If you were to do like the Freaky Friday, anybody remember that movie where the mother and daughter switched bodies? If you were to do kind of a Freaky Friday body switch with somebody who's got it all together here, what do you think would happen? In a very short amount of time, the body would begin to change because it's all here in the mind. It's management, okay? Yes, we develop actual physical gut microbiomes and things like that, and we struggle against it. But things would begin to change because that person that now has that overweight body or sickly body that has a healthy mentality would begin making changes to that body, right? Changes in the food intake, the times of day that the food's being eating, all those different things, sleep, all those different things that make up a healthy body. The person with a healthy mentality that already has the health intact in their body, right, would begin making the changes. And what would happen to the healthy body with the unhealthy mind? They'd start putting on weight, get sick. Think about it. It's all here. It's all here, guys. Think about it. If you want to get a grip on this, I'm actually working on a Udemy course right now because I think this is something that so many people need help with. I mean, as I talk to more and more people, I realize that this is something, I mean, we have enough diet plans out there already, don't we? People telling us, oh, eat this and eat that. What about us? What about the rest of us who want to know how? How do I combat those cravings? How do I come home from work after working all day and being stressed out and being in that high cortisol fight or flight state when I walk in the door? How do I go from reaching for crap or calling for pizza and actually eating something that I'm going to be proud of the next morning and not like, oh God, I did it again. Why did I eat that? Food remorse, right? But if you want to get a grip on this, here's an exercise that you can do. Sit down, get a piece of paper, close your eyes. Think about the last time that you had a food episode. That's what I call it, a food episode, where you either ate way more than you should have, right? And you know that, or you binged on crap and you just said, screw it. And you just like, I'm not counting calories. I don't give a shit. I don't care what I'm eating right now. I'm just going to eat it. Like, I don't care. Whatever a food episode is for you, write it down. Where were you? What time of the day was it? What had happened to you previously during that day? Had you been around a family member that triggers you? Was it work? Was it just stress in general? What kind of body state and mind state were you in beforehand? Okay. There's a lot of different factors that play into your relationship with food. Okay, sit down and write these things out. This exercise will help you wake up and realize what your actual relationship to food is, because you have one, whether it's healthy or not healthy, whether it's codependent or, whatever. You have a relationship with food. What does that look like? Instead of just kind of going about not really paying attention and just, oh, why did I do that? And you don't really think about it. Sit down, get an idea of what's really going on with you. It's a little bit of work, but it's worth it in the end. Maybe before you go on your next diet, try to get an idea of what's really going on in your mind so that you can actually move forward and eat the diet that you want to eat, not the one that you're accustomed or programmed to eating. Just some words of wisdom, guys. Think about it. I'm sure it'll help you out a lot. Have a nice day.